Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nidus Anarchy series. I'm your host Adam, the CIO and co-founder of Nidus, and today is my first day back in a while. I took some time off to take a little bit of a working vacation, if you will. But today, I thought I'd talk about how the first thing that happened to me since I got home, which was I got. So a phishing email that looked like a DocuSign contract came to me. I totally clicked on it and it totally got me 100% all the way through. So even if you're a crazy IT professional, it's still going to happen. So let's talk about what it was, how they got me, and then also the preventative action that I took afterwards as to mitigate the actual breach that could have possibly occurred, but thankfully didn't. So first off, what happened was I received an email. I'll show you a picture of it, and it looks like a completed DocuSign contract. And I get these things all the time. And it's funny is I actually talked about this a little while ago about how DocuSign is an interesting vector point for attacks because everyone's always getting contracts in and out. And sure enough, I got it. So Monday morning, it was super early in the morning, probably like 7 in the morning. I was like, oh, let me just check my email. So I'm totally foggy. First day back, really, like back in my office and not really paying attention. I see this contract. I'm like, whoa, what is this about? Click. And then, of course, you think that's when I should be like, oh, this is fake. But it didn't, because it took me directly to a Google sign-in page, which it normally does. So then I'm like, okay, so I go to sign in. And then that's when I realized something was weird, because when it prompted me for the code to enter, the number didn't match what was on my phone. But long story short, I was pretty sure at this point that they now had my username and password. So I immediately changed my password, which is obviously step number one, and then check to make sure it was a password that was only used once per site, which it was. So even if you get caught in these phishing scams, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. First off, change your password immediately, because you have to assume someone has it. So after I changed the password, I then went and killed all sessions tied to that email address anywhere. So if that email was logged in, because it was a Google account, if it was logged in anywhere, it forced logged out, killed all the sessions everywhere. Whether they were good or not, I didn't care. Killed everything. From that point forward, now is just to make sure that that username and password couldn't be used anywhere else. And since I use a unique password for every site, that's something I didn't have to worry about. And that is why you have to use a different password. Even if you're a crazy cybersecurity expert, you got to have a different password everywhere, because should one get compromised, whether it's your fault like it was for me here, or something is breached somewhere else, which happens a lot more often, you want to make sure that your passwords can't be reused, because as soon as they get your username and password, they say, okay, cool, you fixed that site, they can't log in, but they're going to try that username and password everywhere else that they can, and then sell it on the dark web and stuff like that, and just a list of a bunch of usernames and passwords that are available. So that password is now garbage, and I can never use it again, which is fine, because it's only one password for one site. So be careful, be vigilant, but even then, you're going to slip up from time to time. So when it does happen, just make sure you change your password, kill any sessions to make sure no one's currently logged in as you anywhere else within that site. And then from there, make sure that that password is not used anywhere else. And with that, you should be okay. Fingers crossed. Later.